You are listening to WRFG Atlanta. WRFG provides a voice for those who have been traditionally denied access to the broadcast media through the involvement of a broad base of community elements to guarantee that access. In the utilization of the facilities and in its programs, the following communities will receive first priority: those who continue to be denied free and open access to the broadcast media, and those who suffer oppression or exploitation based upon class, race, sex, age, creed, sexual orientation, disability, or immigrant status.
To learn how you can support WRFG's mission, please go to
Possible by listeners
WRFG.org.
like you and the following sponsors. Divine Plant-Based Cuisine is a vegan restaurant serving up healthy vegan options in Forest Park, Georgia since March 2022. Divine Plant-Based Cuisine is the home of mocktails, the vegan oxtail, sweet chili fried chicken, and more. For more information about menu and hours of operation, that's 678-974-7633 or divineplantbasedcuisine.com. Again, that's 678-974-7633 or divineplantbasedcuisine.com.
Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Blues. WRFG Atlanta.
Good morning, blues. We'll brighten up your day as you put on your shoes. Yeah, yeah. You know it's got to be the way to wake up each and every day on WRFG in Atlanta. Good morning, blues.
Good morning, Blues.
Well, summer is over. Back to school, everybody. I have a lovely treat for you today. The delightful Ms Ansley Stewart is going to join us in about half an hour. And in the meanwhile, I thought we would just jump right in there with some blues boys just to wake you up. And then I've got some funny things to tell you about, along with the stupid ones. You know, you can't have one without the other. It's just the way it goes. Sorry, not sorry.
I live next to the railroad and I could hear the train go rolling by. It There's a shadow on my heart, and I feel like there's a curtain on the sun. Yes, I do. Now there's a shadow on my heart, and I feel like there's a curtain on the sun. I'm just waiting for the dawn. There ain't nothing moving. It's so hard for me to carry on. There ain't nothing moving. It's so hard for me to carry on. Now lay here in the darkness, baby, and I'm just waiting for the dawn. I'm waiting for the dawn.
All my words seem to come from pain. Had you on my mind, all my songs began to sound the same. But your touch lost its feeling, loving lost its warmth. Felt you slipping away, babe, while your heart began to feel torn. Feel like I'm dying, my mind won't be still. And when I'm sitting steady, baby, feel like my heart's been running uphill. Feels like I'm dying, baby. Let it feel like I'm dying. Seek your prayer from the beginning. Did you ever really want me round, baby? Soon as you left, darling, your love for me could not be found. Hope it sings to you, baby. Hope it holds you tight. Try to hold back my tears. You drift further, further from my side. Feel like I'm dying. My mind won't be still. And when I'm sitting steady, baby, feel like my heart's been running uphill. Feel like I'm dying. Let it feel like I'm dying. Yes, it does.
37th Annual Labor Day Blues Barbecue. It's Monday, September 5th at the Park Tavern in Piedmont Park. It's going to be a great afternoon of live blues featuring straight from Chicago, Little Ed and the Blues Imperials. And along with Little Ed, we'll hear from this year's Blues Barbecue honoree, Atlanta's own Frankie's Blues Mission. Plus, we'll get electrifying sets from the Casanovas, Ray and the Royal Peacocks, and Chester Leathers featuring Nathan Nelson. Bring your appetite because the Park Tavern will be selling tasty barbecue and cool libations. Blues barbecue tickets are $20 in advance via WRFG.org or $25 at the door. Kids under 12, as always, get in free. We look forward to seeing you at the 37th Annual WRFG Labor Day Blues Barbecue on Monday, September 5th at the Park Tavern in Piedmont Park. We'll open the doors at noon. The music will start at 1 and won't stop until 7:30. The Park Tavern is located at 10th Street and Monroe Drive Northeast in Midtown Atlanta. Additional funding is provided by the Atlanta Blues Society and the Big Green Egg. Proceeds benefit WRFG 89.3 FM, your independent community radio station for hand-picked quality music and progressive information.
So that was the great Walter Trout, 3 passages from the new album Ride. My favorite pieces, a little bit of everything, fast, slow, in between. And I snuck in a piece at the end, and you thought, oh, wait a minute, that sounds awfully like Marcus King. Well, it was. And it was an odd non-album track, something he did, I think it was acoustically at Sun Studios, just the trio doing Dying. And I thought, well, we'll throw that in because he's busy pushing his solo electric album, which is fine. I just wanted to do something else because I can be that way. And then Mr. Derek Trucks doing a piece from a live show from week before last. There was the solo in the middle of Gravity. And I thought, well, that will just wake you back up from the slowness that was Marcus King and bring you back to speed. Why not? All kinds of things coming in very shortly, but I wanted to talk about time because I wondered whether it's just me or whether a lot of you think about time a lot for a lot of different reasons, you know, things that come up in your daily movements and you go, look at the clock. I think about time in many different ways all the time. I know the time. I know that time is passing. I know time well spent versus time wasted. The historic time spans of London and many of my family that are now gone are embedded in my brain. And when you're looking back on the history and you picture the time, I know about future time, as in how long will something take. Time management to accomplish my tasks and goals and hobbies. Sleep, yes. Time management of sleep, that's a big one. I have to average 8 or 9 hours per 24 to be peak. And when I say average, you know, that means I might go 3 nights down in New Orleans and get very little, and then I play catch up the next 3 days. So over the week, I would say. So I'll nap or sleep in to balance out the week. And I set an alarm not to wake me, but to tell me that that's enough. Somebody said to me, "Oh, what time do you go to bed?" "Oh, when I'm tired." "Whoa, then what time do you get up?" "Well, when I'm not tired." Time zones, you know, being from London, I'm used to bopping backwards and forwards. And 5 hours there, and there was 8-hour time difference while I was in Maui. It doesn't faze me because I just balance it out. I sleep a little bit, change my watch. So I guess the reason I think about time is my time on the planet has been the magical best so far, and I plan on much more of it, but my tolerance of today's world has definitely weakened. I find I'll cut off events or people if they've lost my attention. It's not personal for me. If I want to skip the opening act, or I want to, drop the phone call, or interrupt it. Sorry, got my daughter on the other line, or something like that. I'm just trying to maximize time through quality control. And my buddies laugh at me, my schedule in London, because I'll do 3 gigs a night. And they'll look at it coming up and go, what? Why are you trying to cram so much in? Because I can. And anyway, a set of each artist is enough. I mean, is it just me? I'm not a musician, so I don't know whether a lot of you people listening operate that way. The 2 most powerful warriors are patience and time, the wisest counselor. It's the most valuable thing you can spend, but once you've lost it, you'll never find it. Time is money, and it waits for no one. And it's 8:20 in the morning, and that took 4 minutes. So I guess I'll have to get out of here and get on with Josh Smith.
You said you need me. I took your word for fact. Said you'd never leave me. Now you wanna take it back. And our love runs so hot and cold. One day I'm in the cut, next day I'm out of the fold. All these years had a love so fine. Now I'm dizzy, baby, by how easy you change your mind. And our love runs so hot and cold. One day I'm in the cut, next day I'm out the fold. outrageous can't mend. Ain't no future, ain't no past. You're not looking for something to last. Through the night, you need someone to get you through the night. Doesn't matter the life you live, doesn't matter the love you give. Tear down the walls, tear down the doors. This old feeling has been here before. Ain't about the time gone by. In the end, it's a great big lie. Through the night, we need something to get us through the night. Doesn't matter the place you're in, you're just looking for that new friend. Through the night, we'll need someone to get us through the night. Doesn't matter the job you do, all that matters what gets you through. Through the night, you need someone to get you through the night. Doesn't matter the life you live, doesn't matter.
It's 89 Volt Man, and you're listening to WRFG Atlanta Good Morning Blues with UK Bob. London to Louisiana. Dude plays the best music, man. Tune in, drop out, dig it.
That would be Mr. Josh Smith to you. Half Blues was the name of the album. That was the title track, and Through the Night. Not brand new, a couple of years ago. He does have a newer one out called Live at the Spud or something bizarre like that. But not big on live albums. Just me, I know. He's from California, rather a well-to-do guitar player. Has done a lot with a lot of people, and very impressive resume. And I think he's got a new instruction book out. So I shall curtsy if I bump into him. In the meanwhile, let's take a little look into our live guest I mentioned earlier, Ms Ansley Stewart, who's going to join us today. I guess it was sometime last year, and I don't remember where. I'm over town, up and down. I forget. And she just was one of those people that struck me. A very effortless singer. It just pours out. And then when you see her at the same time, you go, wow, she kind of makes me think that song, Shiny Happy People, And she brings her own original soul Americana tunes, which you're going to hear some today that are not out yet. And it really embraces what she considers her Southern roots, but it's a very heartfelt and nostalgic set of stories that you can relate to. She's been here about 7 years from Athens, I think, and it's kind of cool the way she does things. She's quirky, funny, but very natural and very easy. And if you go see her, you'll just relax and your ears will go, wow. So that's going to be cool. Hang tight. This will be coming up shortly. By the way, I should mention, if she doesn't bring it up, that between the two shows on the 25th and the 3rd of September, her dad, Rod Stewart, is in town on the 31st, and it's a little bit iffy as to whether he's going to show up for one of her gigs or not, because you just never know. So if she doesn't mention it, don't bring it up, okay? Oh, and by the way, this is her live, just so that you have an idea of what may be coming up.
Good morning, y'all. This is Ansley Stewart right here in Atlanta, Georgia. You are listening to WRFG Atlanta Good Morning Blues, London to Louisiana, hosted by the one and only UK Bob, or as he's listed in my phone, Uck Bob. Hope y'all have a great day listening to all this great music, and we'll catch you on the flip side. I like it.
Take a cruise down Route 66. Route 66 celebrates a special time when jazz, R&B, and blues were all on the same page and often in the same song. The focus is on the music of the jump blues and early rock and roll eras of the 40s to mid-50s, and how those styles have evolved over the years. It's truly great American music that scared some folks half to death.
That two-beat pattern is the music brought to the United States of America by the communist conspiracy to corrupt teenagers.
Well, whatever. Please join us Sunday morning from 7 to 9 for Route 66 on WRFG 89.3 FM. Your independent community radio station is streaming worldwide over our free mobile app and WRFG.org.
It's another Thursday morning on Good Morning Blues, except this time I have the divine pleasure of the lovely Ansley Stewart on the phone. Good morning, my dear.
Good morning. How's it going?
Well, you know, it's coming up to autumn, which means I'm feeling splendid.
Well, autumn is truly splendid. I'm learning.
You really forced that, didn't you?
I did. I'm too Southern. I'm too Southern.
Oh, it's too funny. I've been dying to have this conversation with you about who you are and what you do and your music, but I respectfully was excited because I've always wanted to talk to someone that was named after a mall.
Oh, well, aren't you clever? So Ansley is a family name. My grandmother on my mom's side, her middle name was Ansley. Her first cousin's name was Ansley. I don't know. Obviously, the name does not originate with our family, but I don't meet many other Ansleys. If I do, there's always that moment of, oh my God, is that your name? Oh my God, it's my name too. But I get Ashley a lot, Angela, all sorts of things.
I don't know any other Ansley, and if you ever meet one, the two of you need to run off and get a DNA test, yeah.
I know, right? Yeah, well, I'm glad you don't know any others. I'd like to be an original, so that's good.
I have found that with a couple of people, and I make a point of telling them that, you're not the only one, but you're one of only two or three, and all three of you are famous. And they're like, "Oh, get out!" And I take a screenshot of my address book on my phone, and they go, "Wow!"
Okay, so are you predicting my future? Is that what's happening?
No, I'm pegging it slightly above that. Is that you are the only one?
Oh, good. Okay, perfect. Good.
So when I say the one. Yeah, when I say the one and only. So when I talk about you, I saw you sometime last year, and I was gobsmacked. I said, what I really felt watching, not just hearing, because my ears were doing enough damage to me, telling me this is good, but seeing you and the two things together, all the words came out that, you would associate with something that's that organic. You're very relaxed, effortless. It's so real. It's so natural. And I can only explain to those of you that haven't seen Ansley in person sing, if you've seen Andrea Bocelli, okay, if you go to that point where he just leans back and his mouth opens and it just comes out, it's that kind of feeling. It's like, you make it look so easy. I know it isn't, and nobody believes it's easy, but you do make it look that way. And the other thing that makes you so real is what I say about a typical English statement does what it says on the tin, okay? And your mail ID is AnsleySings.com. That's it. That's the only thing you need to say. That's who you are. That's what you do. End of, And I just think it's perfect.
Thank you. That's quite the compliment. I appreciate it.
And mine, of course, says, UK Bob makes the tea. I make the tea. I might make it Indian. I told my wife when we first met, I said, I'm going to cook you dinner tonight. She said, "Oh." And I'm like, yeah, you got a choice of a 5-course Southern Indian or beans on toast, So
right. Both,
wasn't that exciting?
You're welcome. Yeah. But right, exactly.
So you've got some new music, and we get a little edge on the rest of the world because we're going to talk about what's going on with that new stuff, and we're going to play a little bit in a minute. And you've got a couple of nice, cool shows coming up. You've got quite an agenda across the South, during the autumn, because I'm going to keep bugging you with that.
I know, you are. I know.
In all kinds of places and interesting things, and that's what I think is also very unique. You place yourself in lots of different formats, but you've got 2 band shows coming up in the city that I'm looking forward to because some of this material is relevant, and I think it's great that you're able to mix. You guys are very good at covers, and you have a pretty extensive source of set list. And then when you sprinkle your stuff in there, I think it really catches people. But the two shows that I want people to know about, you've got one coming up this next Thursday of next week, the 25th, at Napoleon's, which is kind of different because it's a sit-down listening room, restaurant menu food. Right. And then a week, 10 days later, at Venkman's, quite a different show in terms of the material, band members, and this is a stand-up, dance boogie, and I think it's great that you've got both, two different audiences,
Yeah, well, and, you spoke to the covers thing. I mean, that's how I cut my teeth, singing. I mean, as a lot of people do, and I grew up in Athens, Georgia, right up the road, and it's a music town, first and foremost. And my parents were big music fans, and so there are not very many genres that I don't like and that I haven't experimented with singing. And doing years of corporate and wedding gigs too, you've got to learn a bunch of catalogs. And so now, going out on my own and doing original music, but incorporating covers, you get to pick what you want to play. And so Napoleon's, which has really served as a home base for many years, we're celebrating Summer's End. So a lot of fun, upbeat tunes mixed in with my original tunes. And then Venkman's, also my original tunes, but with more of a 90s slant. I'm definitely a 90s baby. I was not born in the 90s, thanks very much, but the music that I grew up listening to, and I've got an older brother as well who's about 8 years older than me, and so his influence when I was growing up is, Pearl Jam and Nirvana and Radiohead and all that fun stuff that I could just listen to, all day long.
It always seems to me that because of this very lengthy repertoire, that you were able to pick through and find stuff that you really enjoy singing. It's not like you have to do stuff you don't want to do, but I think that's also down to the fact you're that capable that nothing daunts you.
Thanks. I think it's just come with years of performing live. I mean, I have been told, and I would agree that, I am really a live singer. I think that my best performances are with my band. They are out in the world. I love studio work and I love recording that, but there is just a completely different energy when, you're with your people and you're on stage. And so I think doing that for so long, and I love a challenge. I love, I would say I probably don't really sing jazz. I really am not a good jazz singer. That's one genre. But like a power ballad, soul music, R&B, all the Aretha world, that stuff, I'm just like, yes, bring it on. I want to do it.
See, that's the thing. It's the desire, knowing that you feel unlimited. You probably have jumped in on a song once in a while and go, ooh, that was trickier than I thought, or I can't make that note. Let's change the register. Yeah?
Oh, God, yeah. And especially, well, if you pick the wrong key, you are just, I don't know, what's the English word for screwed? Your bollocks?
Well, luckily for you, we have plenty, but not that I can use on the air.
Okay, all right, got it. See, I'm trying to incorporate your world here. Doing my best, but and it's, I'm very grateful for the compliment that I make it look easy, and there are places where I'm really comfortable, and then there are places where I'm not, and I think those are just as important to lean into, and arguably, finding what I really sound like writing my own music. That has come with, because I like so many things and because genres and because I sing so many different things, I think finding my own voice has certainly come with its frustrations and vulnerabilities and, writing sessions that have ended in tears because I just can't figure it out. And, but it's, that's getting less and less as I pursue that path, for sure.
I get the impression that it's not something that you give up on. You may hit a wall and go, crap, I got to do something different this to work for me. And you get there in the end. But like you say, the longer that you've done that and the more experience behind it, you're also more and more relaxed based upon the amount of time that you've been doing it, where you just are unflustered. Half of it is because of exterior influence, not because of any incapability in the voice. And that's, that can be the barrier in itself. So in regards to writing your own original stuff, is there a material source? Is there anything that you would say, the fact that, were you born in Athens or you just lived there for a long time first?
No, I'm an Athens baby, born and raised there and lived there.
So that's a big music scene all of its own, which I find very independent. My favorite new band is the Constant Orange, who just moved here from Athens. And I find that there's, I don't know, it's like a breeding, a flower bed, a place where more different and original music grows, whether it's because you're up and around it all the time in a lot of venues and the colleges and the age. I don't know what it is, but it seems to be a very thriving source of stuff. But is there a particular thing do you find a subject that catches you to write?
It can literally be anything. And, I would say, people ask sometimes, what's your process? And it could be everything from I'm on a walk with my dog and there's a melody pops into my brain. It could be if some song lyrics come up. It could be from, actively journaling on a regular basis. Most recently, my band, we all got together and we wrote together. There's 4 of us, and it was just like, it was magnetic. It was awesome. Nick came up with the guitar riff, and then Darren had the drum part, and Robbie, had a killing bass line. I mean, it comes together in a variety of ways. And so I try not to, keep the muse in a box and actually when those things come up, harness those ideas and get them down. And, sometimes they're trash. I mean, not everything is going to be awesome, but I think you've got to get through those to get to the good stuff for sure.
But you have to keep those for the future collection CDs of the basement tapes and, all the stuff that got left behind. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, and then, and to go to, I think it's also a really gentle reminder. I used to put this pressure on myself. I think I avoided writing for a long time because I just thought everything had to be a hit. I was like, well, every song I write has got to be worth something. And I wasn't really willing to, write the crappy first draft, as we say in journalism. And it was like I couldn't wrap my head around doing something that was, quote, bad. And it was like, man, that's where the magic is. You have to. And you learn to give yourself grace. And, it's just like, yeah, things aren't built in a day. You've got to take the time to get the spaghetti out.
Don't make me hungry.
I know. That's actually the wrong. I was like, it's really throw spaghetti at the wall, but evidently today I say you have to get the spaghetti out, whatever that means. I'm not really sure. It's new. All the kids are saying it.
If you switch it to marmalade, my dear, it will be something you don't forget. Don't let the marmalade hit the wall.
But jelly's just so much easier to say.
Yeah, but then you'll say it southern. You'll go jelly.
Jelly. Yeah, it does have a little bit of a punch to it.
We're gonna have a little of that magic right now, and we're gonna put jelly on it. And those of you that haven't eaten yet, trust me, you will suck up the next song you're going to hear, which is a killer, and hopefully will encourage you to listen further to what Ansley Stewart has to say and to more of the music. And when it comes out later this autumn, you'll get to actually purchase something original, something super cool. We're going to play a song called Sarah.
the kind of girl practicing her penmanship late into the afternoon, so that when you read the letter, you'll at least be impressed by the way she wrote her cursive views. She's been known to greet a neighbor with a hot apple pie on her way to Sunday school. She's been known to let that neighbor know that they ain't been acting right with the monogram on the back of their hand, left by her serving spoon. Say, hey, Ruth, she's been flirting with the slot machine. She don't tell that old pastor husband of hers she's been hanging round Cherokee. She could never cross it all off